We're here at Peter Collins Soccer Park in Plainview, New York, the heart of Long Island Junior Soccer League, to present you with this brief video to parents and players of Eastern New York Youth Soccer Association. Eastern New York Youth Soccer Association is one of the oldest and largest soccer organizations in America, and it also is a non-profit soccer organization, which is critically important for you as parents to know, so that you realize that everything that Eastern New York Youth Soccer Association does is not for a profit motive, but rather to help you have the best opportunities for your children to play soccer here in New York, from Montauk Point all the way to the Canadian border. We're here to present you with some information that we think is important for you to know as a parent of a soccer player here in New York. We're going to have interviews with some of the most well-known alumni from Eastern New York Youth Soccer Association and from some of the most successful soccer programs in America.
When it was time for the United States women's national team to celebrate their World Cup victory, they came to New York City's Canyon of Heroes, in the heart of Eastern New York territory. In addition, Eastern New York is home to 3 professional soccer franchises: the New York Cosmos, the New York Red Bulls, and ENYYSA FC, making Eastern New York the envy of soccer fans all across America. Eastern New York Youth Soccer Association, or Eastern New York, is home to the oldest soccer league in America, the Cosmopolitan Youth Soccer League, and one of the largest, the Long Island Junior Soccer League. It was established as a nonprofit organization in 1972 to serve as a state association reporting to U.S. soccer. And while it may be almost 50, Eastern New York utilizes sports sign-up, social media, and the most modern technology to help our leagues run efficiently and effectively. Eastern New York serves over 100,000 youth players up to 19 years old, over 25,000 coaches, and volunteers with over 400 clubs, from Montauk Point, Long Island to the Canadian border and east of Route 81. And there are 11 leagues that make up Eastern New York: Long Island Junior Soccer League, Metro Kids, Big Apple Youth Soccer, Cosmopolitan Youth Soccer League, Staten Island Soccer League, Westchester Youth Soccer District, East Hudson Youth Soccer League, Hudson Valley Youth Soccer League, Capital District Youth Soccer League, Mid-State Soccer League, and Central New York Soccer League. Eastern New York is affiliated with USYS and reports directly to U.S. Soccer, which is a member of the CONCACAF region or confederation, which there are only 6 confederations in the world, and they all report to FIFA, the governing body of soccer all over the world. Eastern New York provides a variety of programs for all youth soccer players in New York. They say you can't be all things to all people. Well, don't tell Eastern New York that, because they have been serving the diverse needs of the youth soccer movement for almost 50 years. Here are some of their programs and benefits: U.S. Youth Soccer ENY Championship Cup, Arch Capital Group Cup, President's Cup, Premier League, ODP Olympic Development Program, Coles Cup, Top Soccer, Coaching Education, Trainer Standards, Risk Management, Annual Awards, Grants and Scholarships, Hall of Fame, Referees, and Soccer Across America, just to name a few. Eastern New York works with leading-edge technology to provide you, the parents, coaches, and players of Eastern New York, with the best and most efficient services. To find out more about Eastern New York Youth Soccer, go to our website at www.enysoccer.com or call us at 888-536-9972 or email us at enyoffice@enysoccer.com. Se habla español.
I've been with Red Bull now 8 years as the Academy Director. We've been recognized on several occasions as the #1 academy in the country. I don't know how valid that is. I think we are clearly in the top 5 of the MLS academies. We have a lot of talented players. We have a lot of hardworking players. And that culture is something that we really think is important. Talent is not enough. It's got to be about work ethic, and it's got to be about surrounding yourself with good people. And by that I mean it's just the friends you hang out with, but most important are the people you spend most of your time with, and that's your parents. Having good parents that can lead and guide and support the player and not push them or distract them or make or putting unrealistic expectations is so important. And all the successful players that I've seen have been self-motivated and have had a great support network behind them. Everywhere I've been, whether it's been working with Olympic Development Program in Region 1, working with the U14 national team, one of the things I always talk about, and my mentor always reinforced, Manny Shellshade, said, we're looking for good people and good players. And developing character and finding good characters is essential in putting a team together. Many times I'm asked by the parents of young players, what is the pathway to be a pro? What is the pathway to make it to the World Cup or Champions League? It does start certainly with a certain amount of inboard talent is necessary. And then they need to spend a lot of time on acquiring skill. And working with the ball is so vital at young ages. And parents just being supportive, whether it's going out in the back and kicking around with them, or dropping them off at a school and having them kick off the wall, or putting a tether ball up in the backyard, being positive, being encouraging, not worrying about winning, not worrying about playing for the club next in the next town because they've won more championships, or not because at 14 they think some college coaches are scouting them. They don't. That's unrealistic. And a good nurturing family and surrounding them with good people and motivating them that way to be the best they can be, that's the best that the parent can do in terms of support. We've had some unfortunate scenarios that I've seen in ODP, with Red Bull, where we have parents that micromanage, that push kids, and it's got to come from within. The player has to want to be good. He has to want to go. He's not performing. They can't live their lives through their children. They have to let them grow and learn and experience and challenge themselves when they're ready.
D1, there are certain programs that are good and certain programs that are not. D2, there are certain programs that are good and certain programs that are not. And D3, there are certain programs that are high level and certain programs not. You look at a Williams College, Division III, they're probably better than 65, 70% of the Division I programs. You look at a Southern Connecticut with Coach Lang at Division II, they're probably better than 60, 65% of the Division I programs. So it's not the level as far as, each individual program has its strengths and weaknesses. The level doesn't define it. The difference with the levels is you get more exposure at Division I because of the perception, but doesn't mean the best players are always there. Yeah, we have 9.9 for our whole program. So at any one time, over the course of a 4-year period, there's 9, almost 10 players, or the equivalency of 10 players receiving scholarships. Halves, fulls, quarters. But obviously when you're putting together a team of 34 players, 30 players, there's a lot of very good players who do not get athletic aid because it's not available. As far as foreign and American, because so many American families hold you up for full scholarships and maybe their son is not quite a full scholarship player, we often go with the foreign player who we know is worth the full scholarship rather than the American player because the parents are somewhat inflexible in their demands and their expectations. Well, first off, parents shouldn't be concerned about that. If the kid is worth the scholarship, he'll be identified or she'll be identified. And if the player is not, it'll be the same. But you start to get a handle on kids when they're 15, 16, on the male side, when they're 15, 16 years of age. But really, the parents are out of the equation, frankly, because the parent's opinion on whether the player is a scholarship or player or not is irrelevant because the parent is not awarding the scholarship. Stay out of their life. Let them play. Let them develop. Don't live vicariously through your kids. Let your kids make these choices and decisions, how much they want to play, and let them follow their own path.
Hi, I'm Kevin McCrudden. I'm an international author and speaker and the narrator and producer of this segment for Eastern New York Youth Soccer Association. So now you've seen a lot of information from some of the most amazing athletes and players that have ever come from the New York area, as well as some of the best coaches in New York. And their advice is pretty consistent. It's about guiding our children and being there to support them and making sure that we help them develop the motivation and the drive to be successful players as well as successful human beings. Remember, one of the most important things that we can do for our children is provide them with love, unconditional love. Because as parents, that is the most important thing that we can do. Not help them get college scholarships, but to help them flourish as human beings. And also remember that Michael Jordan, one of the most important things in his life is he was cut from his 8th grade basketball team. It was a defining moment in his life that helped catapult him to become one of the greatest basketball players and one of the greatest athletes ever in history. That one incident of him being cut was the thing that motivated him. So as we try to protect our children from being cut or having other things like that happen to them, it may be the very thing they need in order to grow as people and to become even more successful as athletes and as human beings. And one of the founding principles of soccer in Long Island and New York is a quote from Rocco Amoroso, is building character through soccer. In the end, that's what we're doing. It would be wonderful if our kids play in the World Cup team or in Major League Soccer or in the NWSL. But in the end, we're building human beings and not soccer players. Once again, this is Kevin McCrudden from Eastern New York Youth Soccer Association. I hope that you've enjoyed these clips and this information that we've provided you, and I hope that it helps you guide your child through their soccer career, once again helping them to become the very best that they can be. Take care and good luck.